notes. All right, how was that? Awesome. So, non-attachment. So, my wife would tell you I have like a T-shirt addiction. Like I have I don't throw away T-shirts. Like there's stories behind them, right? I know it's like a guy thing. Like it's a totally a man thing. And so I have like a collection of it. But so that's like a more superficial attachment. What I really want to get into is like my biggest attachment is my wife and kids. Like that, like the relationships, the big things, like and even those at some point, I know are going to shift. So, but I'll use a story to for the point of it. After I had that phone call with my dad where I just blasted him, right, for not being around, I made an effort to start to connect with him, to have a relationship with him. He was living on the West Coast at the time, and so I bought a ticket to go out and see him. I kind of combined it with a surf trip, so he drove me out to California later on and met friends and blah blah blah. But the first part of that trip, for about a week, I was going to hang out with him to connect. And so about 5 days into the trip, before we were going on to the next thing, he was going to drive us out. I described this feeling I had to him about how I was feeling sad about not being with him in a couple days. And the response I got from him was not the response that I wanted, right? I wanted the, me too, I miss you too. I love you. And he was like, good luck with that. Yeah, I was like, fuck you. I didn't say that, but that's what I felt at the time. I'm like, dude. But what he was really saying to me, and what he kind of described in more or less terms after that was, he was like, we're together right now. And this is what he really meant by it, right? And later on described what he meant by it. But he was like, we're together right now. You're missing it. Where you are is 2 days from now. That's not a reality, right? That's a mind construct. You're not even there yet, and you're feeling sad about a mind construct, a projection out into the future. Get back to where we are right now and be with me right here and now. Because this is a cool spot. This is a good place. We're here, we're having fun, we're enjoying it. Like, get back here. So that good luck with that was really like, hey, wake up. And so that point so that is the same thing I do with my kids, right? It's the same thing I do with my wife. It's the attachment makes me believe that it's this idea that at some point my kids are going to grow up and move out, so I feel sad about that. At some point my wife may like pass before I do. I feel sad about that. Like the mind can put us out into a place that creates an environment that doesn't even exist, guys. Right? And the reality of it, and so this is what Chris and I were talking before you left, is that when we, like Shavasana corpse pose, the meaning of that pose, albeit a preparation for meditation, which is also really honestly the meaning of meditation too, is the contemplation of our impermanence, which is the natural flow of life, right? All things are impermanent. We get caught, the ego makes us believe it is permanent, and so we get caught up in the dramas of life. Right? It's my friend that experienced his girlfriend with stomach cancer that passed away, now his mom. It's like that like we don't know when that time is. And so when we actually do Shavasana, when we sit in meditation, we contemplate the impermanence of things, it's not a morbid act. It's not meant to be like a morbid act. It's meant to wake us up. Just like my dad was trying to wake me up in that moment. It's meant to come into a place of deep gratitude and appreciation for where we are in this moment right now. That where my kids are right now, right? They're 6 and 4 right now. It's going to be a while till they're moving out of the house, right? Where I am with my wife right now. What I'm doing right now with you guys. This exact moment, right? It's the practice of waking up to how beautiful life is in this moment, the gratitude for it. Right? Because gratitude is the antidote for sadness. It's the antidote for anxiety. It's the antidote for fear. We can't be in those two spaces at the same time. I can't be grateful and anxious at the same time. I can't be grateful and sad at the same time. It's impossible. Right? So the practice of Shavasana, the practice of meditation, is that. It's allowing us to obviously practicing being present, but really it's understanding that this moment is fleeting. This thought, it's fleeting. Come back to where life really exists. And it only exists in this moment right now.